Hi everyone, welcome to Just Free Hands. This is where we share content based on what we can do with our hands, God-given hands. So in this channel we share content from traveling, gardening, solar power, all those things. If you like any of those three things I mentioned, please feel free to go through the videos, the other videos I've shared on the channel. Today in this video we're going to tour the port of Guam. Well, more like do a drive-by. And before we do that, I'll give you a brief history about this port. Based on the information I derived from the Port of Guam website. So according to the Port of Guam website, Guam has served as a port of call since the 16th century. This is such an old port. 16th century. So it first served the ships of Spain, and after the Spanish-American War, it ended up serving American interests. So that's when the Americans arrived and took over from the Spaniards. Excuse me. Obviously, after the war, they had fought. They defeated the Spaniards, and they took over the port. Currently, this port is recognized as one of Guam's most important economic assets. Basically, everything you see on this island that can be shipped on a container or on a ship gets shipped here. To include the shipping containers, you'll see the cars, construction material, food, fuel, everything that comes to this island that is either consumed or just used, it basically sails here. They do have an airport, but for the most part, most of the things that come here actually shipped. So it serves as a huge economic asset for the people of Guam. It was built by the U.S. Navy, and then in the early 60s, the U.S. Navy transferred about 62 acres back to the government of Guam. And then of these 62 acres, 30 acres went to the commercial port, and then the other 32 were used for the development of an industrial park. Okay, so you can imagine 30 acres, it's a good size, a decent size, and you'll see. In 1968, the US transferred port facilities and properties to the government of Guam, and this was as a result of the industrious efforts of one Mr. Jose de Leon Guerrero. He served as the very first ever port manager of Guam. His efforts yielded fruit because basically all the assets were transferred from the US Navy to the government of Guam. Now the government of Guam had complete control of the port, so it became public property at that point, or a public asset, however you wanna call it. So in 2002, this port was renamed to Jose de Leon Guerrero. Again, he was the first port manager. This port is located along the major Pacific shipping and air routes. It's an important transportation hub linking the Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas, the Micronesian Islands, and the expanding Far East markets with the United States and the rest of the world. So you can imagine how important it is. And this is the only port they have here. We decided to drive around and behind the port to see what else was there for us to see. And the road is easily accessible. It goes all the way down, but we just couldn't go straight down because we saw some Korean flags, some Japanese flags. We thought maybe those places are kind of out of bounds. So we didn't go all the way down. We just made a U-turn, as you're going to see later on. But as we drove by, look at these tanks. Man, they're so beat up. I don't think they use them, especially the ones on the right. Yeah, so I mean, just keep in mind, Guam usually has a lot of typhoons come through here. And just last year, they had this typhoon Mawar that wreaked so much havoc. It devastated so much infrastructure. The roads are terrible. Not all of them, but the most part, the roads they just got destroyed. some of the businesses just never recovered at all. Homes, roofs got ripped off, and most of the roofs over here actually concrete. So like if you had like some of the houses you drive around that have iron sheets, if you look closely, you may observe that they got ripped off. It's a lot of trees that just got leveled. It was disastrous. This was just before you got here anyway. But overall, it's a great island. The people are really welcoming. The locals here, I mean, don't bug them. They'll be okay. They don't bug anyone. Everybody lives at peace. So it's awesome. It's a great place to visit. There is so much to see on the shoreline. They have some good beaches too. As we drove around, we saw some people, I guess residents or locals, whoever they are. Or they're probably just tourists. Anyway, you see them. Some of them was fishing, some of them were diving. So I guess free to do whatever you wanna do, as much as the ocean is concerned. Alright, so coming up here, this is where we saw the flags. I don't know if you can see them in the middle of the video right there ahead of us. So we basically just made a U-turn over here. So we're gonna go ahead and make a U-turn right here and turn around and head back. Again, it's only about, I guess, 30 acres of this, and that's a decent size for a harbor. Oh, this spot right here, this coming up right here, this right here is the view of the upper harbor. Okay, and you can also see that mountain range right there. I mean, it's not a mountain range, but it's more like a mountain, right? I think so. Anyway, so oh, the soil, guys. The soil in Guam is more like, there's no real soil. It's just sandy and rocky. I don't even know if I don't know how they grow things here. In one of my videos, if you've seen, I'm doing a gardening video. In that video, I basically had to buy the soil and create some type of garden. That is not the point of this video, but just since I just saw it on the ground. If you look on the ground, it's like sandy, hard and rocky, and that's just how it is. But here's a section. I think this used to be an old pier, so there goes the bits. Some of them still even have the lines on them. Well, there we go. If you wanna come and fish, sure. I saw someone came over here to fish while it was just starting to rain too. And the rains over here, they are so short sometimes. Like it will rain for like 2 straight minutes and then it stops, and then after that it's just dry again, like nothing really happened. So this guy over here came over to fish. I guess a good place for that. As far as what kind of fish do you catch in there, I have no idea. I don't really do fishing yet, but when I start doing that, sure, you know, I'll let you know. Okay. Anyway, guys, so we're gonna head back. And as we come up here, you're gonna see another view of the port. The port's going to be mostly on the right side, where those cranes are, where the guys parked to the right of it. That's the view of the upper harbor view. There it is. Right. So I started raining a little bit, but as you'll observe, it didn't rain that long. We drove maybe for like, let me say probably 2 minutes, and then that was it. It just stopped raining. So that's Guam for you. And sometimes you rain for 5 straight minutes, just downpour, and then right after that it just stops. Look at this one, dry as if nothing ever happened. So this is another view of the this is now coming back view of the harbor, and that's it. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I do have other videos on different subjects like gardening. I do have other videos on solar energy, on solar power. I also have other videos on just tours, particularly on the mainland USA. the places we've been to. So feel free to look through those videos, and if you like them, hit that like button, comment on it, hey, share with your friends, and subscribe if you like the content. More of it is coming as we go, but I just wanted to thank you guys for watching, and you do have a great time wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video, Lord willing. Bye bye. I shall see you later.